He was visible. He endorsed us having a ski day for staff. I just couldn't get over how supportive he was.
Gilbert Donald Aliber served not only his country, but the needs of Vermonters for over 20 years. In 1973, he took over as CEO of Rutland Mental Health Services Center. Back then, it was called Rutland Mental Health Center. Serving as CEO from 1973 to 1997, his staff grew from 12 to over 400 people under his watch. 26 years later, his presence lives on. I talked to Anna Petrika, who's a nursing supervisor at Rutland Mental Health Services Center. She started there in 1974, 1 year after Gil took over as CEO. This is one story she remembers quite fondly.
Every year we did an annual review of our work or whatever, and I had taken on a lot. And I think Bob just really felt that in comparison with other people in that division, that he wanted me to be rewarded for that. We could ask for a raise, but then we had to have an interview with Gil and to explain why and why not such a things. And Bob must have spoken to him beforehand, but I outlaid everything that I was doing, taking courses, doing co-counseling, doing the med psych things with all the psychiatrists and whatever. And he really was, I felt, encouraging to me to lay it all out there and say, yeah, I deserve more money for this. And as soon as I presented it, he kind of smiled gently, said, okay, Ann, you got it. And then he said, you had it before you even came in here.
Gil was an avid skier. He would get up in the mornings before the sun would rise and hit the slopes, and even encouraged his fellow employees to do the same.
He endorsed us having a ski day for staff. We could go on an afternoon, and it was through some organization, I think maybe Pico Ski Area. I went a few times, but that was it. No, we had fun things like that too. It was nice.
Whether you worked with him, were a friend, or a family member, he always tried to touch your heart.
He always seemed like a family man to me. I mean, I really felt at times like I could have gone to Gil if I wanted to discuss something in my family or whatever, that I always felt he had a welcome sign on his door.
On August 31st of this year, the man known to many as Gil passed away after his long battle with Parkinson's disease. According to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, the average person with Parkinson's lives between the ages of 70 and 80 years old. He lived to 90. He was stubborn, but passionate in the best way possible. He cared for everybody around him and made you feel special.
He didn't stay in his office. You saw Gil around the building, or, he went to team meetings. So I think the communication between him and the staff was very good.